People who have survived an attempted kill, what is your story? I delivered the pizza to a house just outside of the city. On the way back, I stopped to help a car that pulled over in front of me with their hazard lights on. I pulled up beside them and thought it was weird that nobody rolled down a window or made any kind of contact with me for around 15 seconds. The passenger then jumped out of his side of the car, yelling that they needed help as he made his way toward my car. I thought something was weird about this. As I started to pull away before he could get to my passenger door, he began shooting at me. I ducked my head after the first shot entered through the back window and embedded in my passenger seat headrest. Another shot entered through the rear window, while the other three only hit the outside metal parts of my car. He missed altogether with another shot. I remember being sure I was about to die as he fired more shots at me. I was very surprised that it wasn't panicky. I was just like, oh, I guess this is it. Turns out it was a plot to rob me. The pizza was ordered and the guys were stationed down the road to intercept me. They knew who I was and they knew that I would be able to recognize them, as I had delivered a few orders to them before. The guy wasn't wearing anything to cover his identity, which leads me to believe that he would have shot and killed me if he would have made it inside my car. Jesus Christ. By the next morning they had all been arrested. The shooter was found guilty of attempted kill and sentenced to 40 years in prison. He later appealed that sentencing because there was a word wrong in the jury instructions. He won the appeal and ended up being sentenced to 10 years. He was released November of 2010 after 5 years. The remaining 5 years were to be served as parole probation. He was arrested twice for parole probation violation when he was only a couple months away from total freedom. I laughed. Sheesh. Random dude shot me in the chest because he thought I was my ecstasy dealer neighbor. My neighbor was 6'3" and black. I'm 5'11" and white. Jokes on him. All he got were a few cigarettes, some pocket change, and 35 years on an attempted second-degree kill conviction. Damn, what does getting shot in the chest feel like? Honestly, at first it's like nothing. I was in total shock, couldn't feel a thing. After that wore off though, it burned like hell. I could actually feel the path the bullet took through my chest cavity. Had a girl cut my brake lines on my car. Didn't know until we checked the camera from the apartment complex. Luckily she cut straight through them versus slitting them. When I attempted to crank the car, the brake pedal went straight to the floor and I immediately knew something was wrong. My older sister tried to pierce me with a large knife in an attempt to kill me on my 16th birthday. My mother grabbed the knife off her before it got my stomach and slammed her against the fridge and yelled at me to run. Last time I saw my older sister, she said, "I've gotten over it and you should too. It's pathetic to hang on to it." She then told people it was self-defense because I tried to hurt her. I was literally eating my birthday breakfast. I didn't sleep properly for 2 years while she was in the house because she constantly tried to break into my room to slit my gut while I slept. I hate her. What the hell, bro? What? Why didn't your parents do anything? Listen, bro, you called the police on that. You don't be in the same house. Dude, she goes to prison for that. If she was my sister, I would just call the police. I would spam the police. They probably did. It's not like you can abandon a child because they want to kill. Insurance might not have covered a lengthy stay in a mental ward. When my cousin went butt crap, their parents didn't have a lot of resources to help them. Best they could do was lock up all weapons and sharp implements, put locks on their other kids' door and protect them, although I hope they at least put locks on OP's door. This is so messed up, bro. First, oh my god, I would immediately leave the house if, listen, you can't forgive that, bro. You are not safe. If you forgive her and give her a chance to kill you, she might just kill you, bro. You need not to give her a chance. Don't return back. You can't forget that crap, bro. But that's some serious mental illness, dude. They said older sister and they were 16, so presumably they could have kicked her out on her butt. Well, I agree. My brother is an ecstasy addict and he broke into my apartment and would not leave despite me waving a machete in his face. I had to call the cops while standing barefoot outside in the middle of winter. He was gone for quite a while. It's crappy when siblings turn out terrible. Oh my god, I am actually so grateful that I have a normal sibling. I feel like I'm very late to the party, but my uncle was attempted killed by random and pure bad luck. He was living in a high rise and some crackhead pressed every single buzzer. Someone let him in out of laziness, not caring, wanting the buzzer to stop. The crackhead proceeded to knock on every single door down the hallway, and my uncle is first to answer the door. The crackhead pulls a pair of scissors and plunges them into his throat. The crackhead then nonchalantly walks out of the building and says to the passing couple, "You should probably call the police because I just killed someone." He was picked up very quickly, and my uncle survived, for a year or two before his epilepsy killed him. Edit. In addition, it was a very small world, as my uncle went to school with this crackhead 30 years earlier, and knew his name to identify him, not that he needed any more evidence in the case. Bro... My parents moved to Mozambique during the mid-90s. I was around 8 at the time and started to going to school there. A nice private one, can't complain. My father was working for the Red Cross in Chimoio and we had a comfortable life. One day before arriving to school with a friend of mine, some sketchy guy stopped us, offering a whole bunch of money to just take some small box to a white van that was parked at the end of the street, not even 100 meters away. My lucky day, I guess. Jeesh. It actually was, but for a different reason. No, you don't take this offer, bro. What? Bro, this is not even too good to be true. This is way beyond too good to be true. When I was going to grab the box, my friend grabbed me by the shirt, pushed me and started running, screaming, something I didn't understand in Shona, the local dialect. That moment was when it clicked. The moment I looked back, the guy had already vanished. So, wherever you are, thank you, Jude. I will never forget you. Damn, he was trying to kidnap you. Organ traffic. Jeez, man. Trust me, this crap is real. I spent 10 years of my life in Nigeria. Actually, I was born there. It ain't uncommon to see corpses on the floor, missing some vital organs. Sometimes head, private parts, fingers and toes. It's really scary. Well, this video is getting demonetized for sure, and also age restricted. I worked with Nigerians on ships for a while, and I really am curious how common winner magic is. It seemed everyone had a tale of how they or their friend or a friend of a friend witnessed someone having their wiener stolen by black magic. The story was generally a variation of someone gets touched on the shoulder in public by someone who via black magic steals your wiener, but they catch the wiener thief and demand return for the wiener. They then demand a woman with whom to test that the returned wiener is the correct one and still fully functional. Is this common folklore, or was I just due for being one of the few foreigners about? That's creepy, but it seems to be a real concern there. It's a psychological disorder called Koro. Luckily it has nothing to do with actual black magic. I saw two people pierce someone to death in what I assume was an ecstasy deal gone wrong when I was on a night walk. Spent another hour being chased and hiding in the backyard so they wouldn't do the same to me. Scary night. Jeez, man. I was being chased for probably 15 minutes and eventually hid in someone's backyard. They were searching around the area for me for another 45 minutes or so, and I finally left the backyard to go home after I was sure they had stopped their search. Okay, so these people either have a mental disability or they don't know the weight of killing somebody. Your life could be ruined just like that. There are countless stories of attempted kill where the victim pulled out the gun and killed the dude. At this point I just think that it's the best to have legal registered gun on your name and bring it everywhere you go. My mom attempted to kill me and my sister when we were younger. She was going through a psychotic episode and pretty suicidal, and I said the wrong thing to set her off. She chased us down the basement with a knife. We ran into my room and my sister hid in the closet while I tried to fight my mom off at the door. She was trying to push it open while I was trying to push it closed. It was a back and forth struggle until she put her hand in the door. I think she was trying to engage my non-violence because she thought I wouldn't shut the door on her hand. But I slammed the door over and over again until her fingers broke. That is smart, bro. Meanwhile, my dad, who was in the house, finally came downstairs to check in what was happening. Mind you, this all happens very fast, and my dad has a habit of zoning out when my mom gets in her episode. We ended up pulling her off of the door, and my sister and I ran out of the house and jumped into our van. He drove around the corner and turned off the lights, and we all ducked down in our seats to hide and stay there until my dad saw her drive our other car off. Edit. Frequently asked questions. Why didn't you, your dad, your sister call the police? I was at the time busy with a door. My dad was at the time being negligent. My sister was at the time in a state of panic. My dad should have called the police. He didn't. How old were you and your sister? I was 12, she was 13. What happened afterwards? My mom tried to kill herself at our cabin and she was hospitalized. She and my father tried to work things out. They didn't. It all ended when I was 18 with a divorce. It should have ended with a divorce like the first time it happened, bro. When you were 12, if it happened first time then. You don't try to work it out. You try to forget attempted kill and then let her just attempt again. Do you still talk to your family? Some of them. I talk to all of my siblings and then very close with a sister who was with me at the event. She and I very rarely discuss this though. Where are you now mentally? I am doing much better and live half a country away. I still have PTSD from the events as well as the other abuse from my mom. Why wouldn't you do A, B or C? If I was in your situation I would have done A, B or C. Because I didn't. I did my best at the time how I could. I survived so I guess I did okay. This sounds like Haunting of Hill House binding the Isaac. It's not though. I would have saved a lot of money in therapy if it were fictional. Please tell me this had consequences for your mother. I truly wish it did. She never told anyone about the attempted kill, and afterwards it became something that she said she couldn't remember and blacked out during. I never told my other siblings. They were older and out of the house already. And the sister who hid in the closet and I rarely discuss it. My sister was able to largely avoid psychological trauma due to not seeing most of it. But obviously since I was face to face with it, I'm a little left up. I am sorry to read this. Do you still have contact? Is it possible to you to get away from her? At least a bit. I tried repeatedly to go no contact growing up and had lots of issues. Pressure from outside family, her being insane and manipulative and showing up outside my dad's house and popping up in the windows to trap me, etc. But I moved across the country about 2 years ago and was finally able to completely no contact about 4 months ago. The distance helps tremendously. Oh brilliant, I'm glad. I really hope your life turns around for the better. You truly deserve it. Thank you, I truly appreciate that. Focus on your well-being. Keep your younger sister close. I am the younger sister. I'm the baby of the family. I was 12 when it happened and my sister was 13. You are a effing bad but a billion adults would go to pieces and you acted like a hero. Until now I thought it was a guy. If it's a girl, that's actually insane, bro. Like, she has nothing but respect from me. Listen, girl, if you hear this, I just don't know what to say. You're actually amazing. That was it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and comment. Also tell me where I can improve if you have any ideas. And until the next time, stay awesome.